Growing crops in lunar soil. Radishes could probably succeed. A NASA experiment performed believes that it's successful. NASA scientist Max Coleman was trying to figure out if it's possible to grow radishes in lunar soil in his kitchen, for example. His goal is to figure out whether astronauts could one day grow their own food on the lunar surface. This is a screenshot time-lapse of radishes, and by the way, I just love radishes, but you can also do this with any type of a root plant, potatoes, carrots, and radishes. Now, his goal was to figure out whether astronauts could grow their own food on the lunar surface, much like Matt Damon's character in Ridley Scott's 2015 film The Martian. Coleman chose radishes because they've been used before in space, he said, and they germinate very, very fast. According to a NASA Jet Propulsion Lab JPL statement, that's essential because astronauts will only have 14 days of Earth days of daylight, half a lunar day that is, followed by no sun for another 14 days. So it's very time sensitive. After the coronavirus pandemic forced Coleman and his team of 12 other scientists to put a pause on hands-on tests for special sensors destined for the moon, Coleman decided to take matters in his own hands. He ordered some radish seeds and desert sand online, and he got to work. His plan was to grow seeds in the desert sand, which is as nutritionally void as lunar regolith. He gave some no additional nutrients and others only small amounts of nutrients. And Coleman told JPL, "We're trying to show astronauts can use horticulture to grow their own food on the moon. We want to do one tiny step in that direction to show that lunar soil contains stuff which can be extracted from it as nutrients for plants. And this includes getting the right chemical element to allow plants to make chlorophyll and grow cell walls." Coleman then raided his kitchen for paper towels, chopsticks, plastic takeout containers. He even used folded tin foil and a battery tester to measure the track moisture levels. And according to his results, radishes only need tiny amounts of water to germinate. In fact, they grew best when only getting minimal amounts of water. As shown in a series of images taken with his iPhone, and this is what we're looking at, the radishes began to sprout and grow over time. The idea is to keep the amount of stuff astronauts have to take to the moon to an absolute minimum, so thus they would use the lunar soil and just bring the spores with them. Now, the more you can use what's already there, the more efficient you can be because you don't have to carry that much with you, Coleman explains. He says, "We can't properly test here on Earth with perfect lunar soil, but we're doing as much here as we can." And he explains that when we want to show that it actually does work on the moon. And this is from NASA scientists over the moon with homegrown radishes, and it's on Futurism, and I'll leave a link below for you for this. So tell me what you think. Now, the thing with me is I'd like to know the temperature constants, what they will be, if they will have these outside or if they will have this in a greenhouse type of an effect, probably a greenhouse, and control the temperature properly, and what happens with the oxygen level. Will you have smaller plants because the oxygen is less? I have no idea. So radishes, as we said, because they grow faster, and I'll leave a link below on NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Please leave your comments. Thank you. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.